Ladies and gentlemen, loyal PromG subscribers, I apologize for being about a week or so late with this video, but I just bought way too much manga in this past month of May to not give it its own dedicated manga haul video. Hey, what's going on guys, my name is ThePromG. Welcome back to a brand new video. As I just said, today we have my manga haul for the month of May, and this month I went a little bit more crazy than I would have hoped to. You know, a lot of things just kind of came up when I was perusing through Manga Swap that just made me think, you know what, I kind of need that. So in my opinion, this is probably the best manga haul I've had in quite a bit, and I cannot wait to show you all of the manga that I picked up over the month of May. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. Also, if you enjoy manga videos, make sure to go check out my TikTok profile. I've been going crazy on there, posting almost every single day. Got some great content over on that page, so definitely drop me a follow. With all that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the manga haul for the month of May. Alright, so the first thing that I got this month was actually a package from my friend and fellow YouTuber, Sam Sidequest, one of the MangaTube OGs. I bought a set from him that I wanted to read for quite a bit, and he also threw in some extras which I'll show you in just a bit, but the manga that I bought from him is the complete set of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Now, as you guys probably know, 7 Seas, which is the publisher of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, has been going crazy with the reprints lately. Not only did they reprint the entire set of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, which was previously pretty out of print, but also Frankenfran omnibuses, which had similarly been very out of print and expensive on the aftermarket. And though I missed out on the initial re-release of Frankenfran, I made sure I had to snag some copies of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, just because I've heard some amazing things about this series. Now, the other volumes he sent me is the first Parasite full-color hardcover. This is the recent release of Parasite from Kodansha in these full-color editions. A beautiful release. I'm not a huge fan of Parasite though. And then Sam also sent me the first 3 volumes of Rent-a-Girlfriend. I'm assuming he just wanted to get rid of these and didn't feel like, you know, selling them on their own. Not sure if I'm gonna read these, but you know, Sam, I appreciate the generous gift. Now, moving on to the next chunk of this manga haul, I got a lot of manga from my favorite mangaka of all time, of course, that being Osamu Tezuka. Starting off with Bamba. Now, this is a release from Kodansha that is really cool because, as you can see, the pages are like rigid, and I'm not sure why. Maybe there's some significance to the story or the contents of this manga, but either way, you don't see stuff like this very often. It's super cool. The next Tezuka volume that I got is actually Triton of the Sea Volume 2. Now, if you don't know, this is a very hard to find volume for a good price. I mean, I've seen this go for like over $100 and $150. So when I found a copy on Amazon for like $35, I had to snag it right then and there. Now, the spine is a little bit faded. This is actually supposed to be orange instead of pink, but for a quarter of what this usually goes for on the aftermarket, I will definitely take it. The next 2 volumes I got are Volume 1 and 2 of Next World. This is the complete set in these single volumes, and there's kind of a funny story behind these. I actually got these from a website that I had never heard of, and usually when I'm ordering manga from a website I've never heard of, it doesn't tend to actually ship. But when I saw that this order shipped, I was blown away. These 2 volumes right here of Next World are very hard to find for a good price, particularly this second volume. So when I got these both for retail from a random website, I was so happy. Another volume I was very happy to track down is Lost World, again by Osamu Tezuka. Now, if you're following me on TikTok, which you should be by the way, you may remember I uploaded this TikTok where, you know, I was unboxing what I thought was Lost World, ended up being this novel by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, apparently a classic of science fiction, but it's not what I ordered. But I was able to find this volume on Mercari for a reasonable price, so I was happy to pick it up. It's considerably less yellow than that novel I picked up, and this is just one of Tezuka's most classic series, so I had to have it in the collection. Great to finally have it. And the last couple Tezuka volumes that I got were actually directly from eManga, or Digital Manga Publisher's website. Those series are volumes 1 and 2 of Alabaster. Now, the series is definitely one of Tezuka's more nihilistic and darker manga series, and I think he even admitted to not being a huge fan of it after he wrote it, but I personally thought it was pretty good, so I'm happy to add these to my Tezuka collection. And the final volume I got was Wonder 3 by Osamu Tezuka in this great big honkin' book. This thing is so heavy, but DMP said that this volume was in very low stock, so I decided I might as well pick it up before I maybe would never have the chance to again. I'm not even really sure about what this series is about, but of course, being by Osamu Tezuka, I'm pretty sure that I will enjoy it to some degree. So transitioning from those older Tezuka titles, we now have some new in-print manga that I'm happy to have. Finally caught up on some series, completed some series, and yeah, let's get right into it. The first volume we got here is Solo Leveling Volume 3. I am really enjoying Solo Leveling. I know way more volumes are out than just Volume 3, but I just really love the colored artwork, these high quality releases, and just the overall fantasy dungeon crawler story. The series is currently keeping me very entertained, so whenever I find these used or for a good deal, I'll continue to pick them up. Next up here we have the final volume of Dead Demons Destruction, Volume 12. And I was actually putting off reading the last few volumes of this series just because it is one of my favorites. It is my favorite Inyo Asano manga, and I just did not want it to end. But after reading the last 3 volumes a few days ago, I can still say with confidence this is my favorite Asano manga. A very mind-bending ending, but still really good, and a solid conclusion to, I think, Asano's best manga of all time. The next volume I got is number 14 of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Obviously a series that needs no introduction, absolute peak fiction. No spoiler alert for the series, but nothing even romantic has really happened at this point in the series. So while it's cute, while it's fun, I'm gonna need something to start happening right away. If I'm gonna keep picking up these expensive manga volumes, you know, my patience isn't limitless. I'm gonna need something substantial to happen pretty soon, or else maybe I'll have to drop the series. And by drop, I mean read online, because I still really enjoy this manga, but just it's becoming a very sizable investment on my wallet and on my shelves, so fingers crossed we get some romance real soon. Next up, we got One Punch Man Volume 25. It's also been a while since I read One Punch. Just because these volumes don't come out very often, I tend to stockpile them and then just like binge them all in one day. But I do wholeheartedly believe that One Punch Man is one of, if not the greatest currently ongoing manga. It's definitely in my top 20 manga of all time. So yeah, if you haven't checked out One Punch, watch the anime, read the manga, it's all amazing. And the final imprint volume that I bought this month is actually a light novel I've heard some amazing things about. That is going to be 3 Days of Happiness, put out by Yen Press. I believe the whole story is contained within this one volume, so it should be a pretty quick read, and I hear it's absolutely amazing. I think this is like in the top 50 on Mal, which is crazy. So if you've read this light novel, definitely let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts were on it. And finally, we're going to move on to some classics, some vintage out-of-print manga that I'm so glad to have in my collection, just so cool. Starting off with a rare volume that I picked up off of Manga Swap for a great price. That is Akira Toriyama's Sandland. Now, obviously, Akira Toriyama, the author of Dragon Ball, one of the most legendary creators of all time, and as you can probably tell from the artwork, it looks very similar to Dragon Ball, even with some character designs. And to be honest, I really don't know what this is about, but now I have Sandland and Jacko the Galactic Patrolman, another Toriyama one-shot, so pretty soon here I'm going to read both those, and hopefully I really love them. Next up, we have 2 more volumes that I actually got from the same seller who sold me Sandland. That is going to be Kabuto Volumes 1 and 2. Now, again, this is one that I don't know a whole lot about, but I kind of bought him to sweeten the deal, get a little bit better deal on Sandland, and you know, anything by Comics 1 automatically piques my interest. This is a defunct manga publisher that has some really cool stuff, such as this next series that I picked up 2 volumes for this month, that being Wounded Man. Now, this is a series by Kazuo Koike, the author of Lone Wolf and Cub, illustrated by Ryuichi Ikegami, who is one of my favorite manga artists of all time. He's done Crying Freeman, Sanctuary, and so many other series. This month I picked up Volumes 1 and Volume 2. Now, I already own Offered 1 and 2 and Wounded Man 5 through 9, so now I'm just missing 3 and 4. Hopefully I can find them for a decent price. But anything Koike, anything Ikegami, I will immediately be interested in, so I'm glad to have 2 more volumes of this out-of-print series in my collection. And the final 3 vintage Comics 1 manga that I picked up this month are ones that you just do not see probably in like anyone's collection. And the series in question is Joan Volumes 1 through 3. Now, this series is set in medieval France, during the 100 Years' War. I don't believe it's actually about Joan of Arc, but you know, during that similar time period. But what makes this series particularly interesting is that it was actually written and illustrated by Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, who is the artist of Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin. This series has some amazing artwork and some great color pages. What's crazy is this entire series is these full color watercolor images, which is so cool. I mean, the colors in this are just so amazing. You saw some greens, some reds, and these deep, dark blues, not to mention the actual artwork itself is absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this series, if it's highly regarded or not, but just the provenance, you know, the backstory behind this series is so amazing. The release is incredible as well, so I had to have these when I found it for a good price. And the final set of manga that I picked up this month is something that I'm very late on the hype train for, but is still crazy to have. That is the Italian Gone box set, volumes 1 through 3. Now, this box set was kind of popular. Everyone was picking it up a few years ago. I think East Coast Manga was the first to really put it on the map. But you may be asking yourself, PromG, why did you pick up an Italian manga? Well, if you don't know, Gone is actually manga without any words, only has this incredible artwork. So I decided that, you know, the Italian version was good enough for me. A beautiful release, a beautiful box set, and just a great collector's item to have. So that is going to do it for this month's manga haul, everything I picked up in the month of May. Again, got some crazy stuff, bought way more than I anticipated on, so I'm probably going to take a little bit of a buying break from buying manga, maybe something here and there, but definitely not going to go as crazy like I did in this month. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go down and leave it a like, leave a comment telling me what you picked up this month. I always like seeing the manga you guys buy each and every month. And make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.